Hello to all my college football fanatics out there. Hope everybody is doing well today. Welcome to the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show, my friends. Let's get right into this video, and it's going to be a darn good one. 2024 conference projected champions in college football. Now, my friends, we went from having a Big Five conference, okay, down to now what they're calling a Big Four conference, okay? We're talking about the SEC, the Big 10, the Big 12, and the ACC. The Pac-12 finished, okay? Nada. No more for the Pac-12. So what's going to happen is this. This is going to be a very interesting 2024 college football season, my friends, to say the least. But what's going to happen is a lot of these teams that were in the Pac-12 are now moving on and joining the other four conferences. So for me, I'm going to run down the projected conference football champions in the up-and-coming 2024 football season. So my friends, let's first stop and look at the SEC, okay? A very, very power conference, okay? Many splendid teams. Everybody will say that most of the college national football title championship games and teams come out of the SEC. And I would honestly have to agree. Now we are looking at Texas and Oklahoma Sooners joining the SEC. This is going to be very, very interesting, my friends, to say the least, that these two teams are now going to join together with the SEC conference. It's going to be very interesting. For me, and to be honest with you, I like the idea, okay? Anytime you could boost a conference with more talent, I'm all for that. So let's stop and look at the SEC conference, okay? Projected champions for the up-and-coming 2024 college football season, I'm going to have to go with the Georgia Bulldogs, okay? And how could you not? Okay, we're talking about a very good coach over there, Coach Kirby Smart. We're talking about their starting QB that had a tremendous season last year, Carson Beck, coming back. Now, we're talking about Beck, who almost threw for 4,000 yards, completed 73% of his passes, and threw, I believe, something like 24 touchdowns. This young man is coming back, and coming back with a lot of experience. So I like Georgia Bulldogs to capture the SEC championship. Moving on, we'll cover now the Big 10. Now, my friends, for me, this is a toss-up, okay? Let's be honest. The Ohio State Buckeyes are loading up their team in the up-and-coming 2024 college football season. We all know that. Coach Ryan Day knows that his job could be on the line. I'm just being honest. And the Buckeyes are my boys, but I'm just being honest. He knows that his job could be on the line, so he is loading up this team with a few kids coming in, transfer portal, and some top-notch kids coming in already saying that they will commit to Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith, one of them, splendid wide receiver. Let's not forget Julian Sayin, that wild-throwing quarterback from California, Carlsbad High School, where he set all kind of records, already committed to Ohio State. This is going to be a very interesting season, my friends, for the Buckeyes. Should be a darn good one. And many of the veteran players for the Buckeyes will be returning. So this is going to be a really interesting season for the Buckeyes. The toss-up is, who will capture the Big 10? For me, it's going to be between the Ohio State Buckeyes and, we can't forget, the Oregon Ducks, who just joined the Big 10 this season. Why I say Oregon is because of the tremendous quarterback Dillon Gabriel, who transferred from Oklahoma over to Oregon. It's going to be very interesting, my friends. Now, we're talking about a Dillon Gabriel quarterback that for Oklahoma last season threw 30 touchdown passes. He threw for 3,660 yards. And let's be honest, he led Oklahoma to a really good season. I think Oklahoma only lost something like 2 games last year. Okay? So he had a very successful season for the Sooners. You know, when I stop and look at it, obviously Bo Nix will be moving on to the NFL. So, you know, for me, they had to get somebody to fill the shoes of Bo Nix. And I think Dillon Gabriel is that perfect fit for Oregon. So for me, the Big Ten's a toss-up, okay? It's going to be between Oregon and Ohio State. We shall see. Moving on, the Big 12. My friends, I have Utah winning the Big 12 conference. I truly do. We are talking about a Utah team that's returning many players from last season. We're talking about a Utah team very well coached and a splendid defense to boot for this Utah team. And let's not forget the way it looks. Cam Rising should be returning as the Utah starting QB for the up-and-coming 2024 college football season. We know last season Rising was out due to an injury, but he will be returning. And, you know, what a job he has done as the quarterback for Utah in his career. He's thrown 46 touchdown passes in his career and for 5,572 yards passing for Utah. He is the real deal. So I do like Utah capturing the Big 12. And last but not least, the ACC Conference. This is another toss-up. I will have to say Coach Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers will capture the ACC. The toss-up's going to be between Clemson and maybe the Seminoles. I don't know. A lot of those players have moved on to the next level of the NFL. Who's to say? Some of those kids already transferred out of Florida State to move on to other schools. So for me, it's going to be a toss-up. I'm just going to hold my ground and say I like Clemson to capture the ACC. And how can you not? Now, we're talking about a Clemson team returning many veterans from last season. You know, when you stop and look at Clemson, you know, this is a team that averaged close to 30 points last year on offense. On defense, you know, they still have a little bit of work to do. They gave up 21 points to their opponents on defense. So, you know, Dabo Swinney got to lock in that defense if he wants to win the ACC. But again, do not count Dabo Swinney's football teams out. I do like Clemson to capture the ACC for the up-and-coming season. But I'm going to be honest. Clemson will open up with a very early meeting. This will prove to Dabo Swinney what kind of team he has. First game of the season in Atlanta, Georgia. Clemson and the Dogs will get it on. This will be very interesting for me. I like Georgia to win this game, but nonetheless, you know, we're talking about a Clemson team last season that finished a very impressive 9 wins and 4 losses. So for me, I'm going to go once again with Clemson to capture the ACC. So my friends, it looks this way. SEC, I'm going to give it to Georgia. Big Ten, I'm going to have to pick a team. I'm going to go with my boys, Ohio State. Imagine that. Big 12, I'm going to go with Utah. And the ACC, I will go with Clemson. My friends, it's going to be a very interesting season, like I've been saying. Why it's going to be an interesting and exciting season is because of now the 12-team playoff race, okay? From 2014 to just last season, it was only the top 4 best teams in the country made it. Now they expanded it to 12. I kind of like it. I'm going to be honest with you. Teams that were right on the cusp in the past 8 years were booted out, because they had maybe 2 losses, but not so this year. In 2024, they will be taking the top 12 teams ranked in college football. Should be a barn burner of a season, my friends, to say the least. If you are new to my channel, Buckeye Vinny here welcomes you. Thank you for tuning in. Please click on that subscribe button. It's free to do so. If you like this video, please click on the like button. Don't forget to hit the notification for the bell. And like always, please comment down below. Buckeye Vinny here would love to read your comments. Not only what you think about this video, but what do you think your 4 projected conference champions will be? Like always, all my friends out there, peace out. God bless. Keep the faith in this crazy world of ours. Buckeye Vinny's out of here.